Good morning, and thank you for hanging out with me this morning. This is a Wednesday. We are 3 days away from the apocalypse, or as the general population likes to call it, Christmas. And I just want to say thank you for choosing to start your day off with us this morning with motivation, meditation, and coffee with me. I am Kat, and I am a transformational life coach. What is a transformational life coach? I am the perfect blend between a clinical psychologist and a life coach. I am trauma aware, which allows me to hold your hand as we traverse the unknown that is your unconscious. 90% of everything that we do is through our unconscious. It is pre-mapped. It is the standard operating procedure that our brains have already put in place. And so I accompany you on a journey through your unconscious so we can find out exactly where the beginning of this standard operating procedure of your brain started, and we can start to remap different if statements, if you will. For my computer nerd friends out there, if statements, if this equals that, we can start to remap those. If this happens, you will no longer go into a panic attack, let's say. So with that being said, I decided to start these streams last week. My first day doing any sort of online streaming was actually last Monday. And what I wanted to do was start to remap my brain to start the day off on a more positive note. So I think that's what's going to lead me into today's Wednesday Wisdom, is I want to talk today about making a positive change to the beginnings of our day. We have a morning routine. We are creatures of habit, and I know if I say if you skip a part of your morning routine, the rest of your day is thrown off. Most of you will say, yeah, legit. That's because unconsciously we know exactly what we need to do, the order we need to do it, because it's early, we've just woken up, and you can use the cliche that we're running on muscle memory. To be fair, we are kind of running on muscle memory. Me, for example, I get up at 5:30 every morning, I throw my slippers on, and I stagger my way to the kitchen to give my cat her insulin, to which I then make a coffee, and then I go through my X, Y, and Z to finish my day before I sit down. That is where I want to start making a change in my life, and I also would be honored and humbled if you chose to continue to spend your morning with me and make a positive change in your life. Previously, when I got up in the morning, I would turn on the news, because as a kid, that's what was tradition, if you want to call it. More often, that's what was mapped onto my brain. I got up, I got my juice depending on how old I was, I got my cereal depending on how old I was, and my dad would be up before me, and the news would be on, so I would watch the news. And then as I got older, I would get up, I would get my coffee, and I would put the news on, because that is what was in my brain. That is what was mapped to my unconscious, was to say you get up and you watch the news. You catch up on yesterday's events, you catch up on what happened the night before. Amazing. And then the news started to become a negative influence on my day. I noticed that when I watched the news in the morning and I heard about how many people were a part of the violence in Toronto or Scarborough or wherever, I would notice a lack of motivation. I would notice a lack of want or drive. I started my day off already in a bleh, to which then would just compound, I would get up and I would already say, oh man, I am so tired, I didn't get enough sleep last night. Oh man, look at all the bad news in the world. Oh man, look at the financial state, or the financial crisis of the country. Oh man, now I have to go to work. Blech. I was just a walking shell of depression. So then I decided, you know what, I am going to stop watching the news and I'm going to start scrolling the socials instead. Because, who doesn't like funny cat memes first thing in the morning? So then I stopped watching the news and I flipped over to the socials. I would sit down and I would cruise through my phone and I would go through all of the bird apps, the Twittergrams, the Instas, Facebooks, and I would catch up on what was happening in other people's lives. And then I noticed that, oh boy, how am I supposed to pay attention to all of this stuff? People were airing their dirty laundry on Facebook. Oh, my ex did this, and oh, I spilled my coffee and now my dog has diarrhea. And it was like people were getting all of their bad news out of the way on top of, sorry, I'm just gonna remove this. A message that is in my chat. I don't know how to Twitch chat. I don't know how to do it. Whatever. We're just gonna ignore that. Anyway, so yes, I would go to the socials and I would cruise through, people were airing their dirty laundry, people were airing, all of their bad news and stuff, and I got to the point where that was starting to depress me. I didn't want to hear about all of your, ex-boyfriends or hear about everything that was bad in your life. So then I stopped cruising the socials, and I didn't necessarily remove myself completely from social media, but I stopped cruising it as often as I did. And I started doing just the regular bird apps, and Google News. That's what I used to read in the morning, because at that time, it was a little better. It was a little more positive. And then once again, it started getting more negative. All of the news streams started realizing that if you put all of your information out there on the bird apps, then you'll have a greater reader viewership. And it started going sideways again. So I changed my routine. And I started playing, silly video games. I started playing Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction. Shout out Blizzard, not a sponsor, send me free stuff. I started playing video games in the morning, whether it be stupid mobile games, whether it be Diablo, whether it be anything. Because it was better than watching the news. But I still didn't find that fulfillment. I still didn't find that positivity and motivation that I needed in the morning to get through my day. So, I started doing meditation, and I started doing breath work, and I started shielding myself, and what I found was that I was better prepared for the day. I was better equipped for the negativity that I was going to find all day, and I was able to handle the shitty situations that would consistently pop up simply by asking, how is that a problem? So that's why I started this stream. I found more positivity in just meditation and starting my day off neutral, starting my day off focusing on me. And I know that's easy for me to say because as a transformational coach, I can separate myself and find the importance of self-care, and I can, release myself, and I can say, hey, yeah, you know what, I need to back off, and I'm just going to do this because I need some self-care. I am aware enough to know that I am starting to reach my lid. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to bring my positivity, and I wanted to bring what I learned to you. A quote that I've been seeing a lot lately that I love is that if you can spend 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week working for somebody else, you can spend 20 minutes a day working for yourself. And I know that most of you are like, well, okay, no, I do that. I spend 20 minutes on myself. Do you? 20 minutes in the shower is not necessarily self-care. It is a level of care, but it's not self-care. And so I want to thank you for choosing to spend your mornings with me. And I want to thank you for taking that first step in making a positive change in your life. This is the hardest time of year for some, and I 100% dig it. That was actually another reason why I started these streams at this time, was because December sucks donkey balls. It's hard for people working in retail. It's hard for people working in general. It's hard. This is always touted as the season of giving, but if you don't have anything to give, sometimes it makes you feel very sad, depressed, and all sorts of other feelings that I really don't want to get into because I don't want to bring the energies down. But with that, I do want to say that if you feel that you need to talk to somebody one-on-one, if you feel that you are able to make a positive change in your life and you want to make a positive change in your life, please feel free to reach out to me. Where a lot of other coaches or traditional talk therapy are all based on hours, and they're all based on, diagnose, prescribe, and fix. What I do is results based. If you want to make a positive change, we narrow down the specific change that you want to make, and we make it happen. It's results based. And that's why I'm going to segue into my Patreon. I do have an active Patreon as a introduction so that you can see what you get when you work with me one-on-one. You get exclusive content, you get exclusive videos, and you also get, the VIP access to some of the programs that I do run. What are the programs that I run? I run D&D flavored play therapy for adults, and I know I just used the T word, and so some of you might be triggered with that. When I say play therapy, I don't mean deep dive shadow work. When I say play therapy, I don't mean English as a second language. I mean dissociation through creation. As adults, we are sometimes given a hard time when we say, yeah, I like playing. I like playing with Lego. I like playing with video games. I like playing with action figures. I like play. We're looked down upon because as an adult, you're not supposed to play. You know what? If you are having fun, that means that you are having positive energy, which means that that energy is going to spill into the people around you. And being a positive light can sometimes be the difference between having a bad day and helping someone else getting through their day. So the one program that I do is called A Familiar Breakthrough. And what it is if you have a big change that you want to make in your life, or you don't know what's happening, and you want to have a better sense of fulfillment, but you don't know what that fulfillment is. You know something is missing, but you don't know what it is. We go on a journey through your unconscious from the eyes of your familiar. We structure it where it could be a one-on-one session that you and I do, and we dissociate, we awaken your familiar, and we go through your unconscious through the eyes of a third party, because sometimes it's easier to see things that you don't necessarily have to admit. I also run a group version of a familiar breakthrough where, as a group of familiars, you help each other go through. Maybe there's a familiar that's working on leadership. Maybe there's a familiar that's working on English as a second language or reading skills or public speaking. Maybe there is a familiar that is working on trying to quit smoking or trying to quit drinking or trying to make just a positive change in their life. As a group, the familiars work together to support and to hold each other's hand as you all go through the same journey with different results in the end. And then from that group, we discuss one-on-one things that you might have noticed, things that you want to unpack, things that you want to dive deeper into. The other program that I run is called Awaken Your True Self. That is based roughly on the brackets of the breakthrough process. Awaken Your True Self is a program that allows you to really look into your subconscious to see, are you your authentic self? Or is there something missing? You can feel that you're living your true authentic self, and then suddenly as we go through, how much not is in your life, suddenly you realize, oh, I don't have enough fun in my life. I don't have enough fulfillment in my life. I thought I was happy, but actually I was just masking it. And so together we can find out what you want more of in your life. We can discover what you are, your authenticity, because once you begin living your authentic life, you begin living a more full and fulfilling life, which I think is pretty cool. I personally have done the Awaken Your True Self, and I found it very enlightening, and I found it really, really cool. I am developing the D&D A Familiar Breakthrough with a hybrid of the breakthrough process, that Avalon Empowerment coaching technique that I do. I have melded that with my experience of Dungeons & Dragons, because I know Dungeons & Dragons has really helped me with my anxiety over the last several dozens of years. So, with that, I want to really look on the changing your morning routine. If you're new to the stream, welcome. If you are a returning viewer because you just listening to my monotonous voice in the morning, thank you. I love you and I appreciate you. I want to start the days off on a positive note, and this is what I feel is your first step. And so just simply by choosing to, put my stream on instead of maybe the news or the weather. Apparently we're supposed to be getting some ridiculous storm. Whatever, I'll believe it when I see it. Or, anything else. Thank you. And I want to start the day off with some meditation that I found that I think would be great for family meditation time. I know that sounds hokey and I know that sounds corny, but maybe there's some kids that are listening. I think I know of two that might be listening right now. But regardless, maybe this can become a positive change in not only your life, but maybe you can get your kids involved in it too. And maybe we can remap traditions or morning routines that we thought in the beginning were great. Wake up, get your food, and maybe turn on the TV and watch some cartoons. You know what? Let's change that to get up, get some food, and do some meditation in the morning to get ourselves ready for the day. So, what I'm going to do is I have found a different meditation script that I would like to try this morning. And if you're willing in chat, please, when we're finished, take a few minutes, reflect, and let me know how it works. So I'm going to throw up the awesome meditation screen. And I invite you now just to get comfortable. Lay down on your back if you want, or lay on the couch. Get comfortable in whatever chair you're sitting in. Close your eyes and take in a very slow, deep breath. Continue breathing deeply and feel the air come in through your nose and flow all the way down into your belly. Feel your belly expand out as you breathe deeply. Notice how the breath feels as it softly flows in through your nose, into your throat, and further down it goes. Make sure your belly is moving slowly up and down as you inhale and exhale. Isn't it nice to feel this calm and quiet before the day that you're about to have? It's really good for our bodies and our minds just to feel this calming breath flowing in and out. When we learn to pay attention to our breathing, we're actually practicing meditation. Meditation helps us focus and gives us peace. Your body loves to be peaceful and calm. Meditation is simply being very focused and calm within. Now, for this moment, just listen very carefully to all the sounds outside of you and all around you. You may hear outside noises. You may hear cars, birds, or perhaps something else. It's perfectly okay. We're just learning to pay attention. So just listen. Now, turn your focus inward. Listen very carefully and quietly to what you hear happening within your body. Can you hear your heart beating? Can you hear your breath as you breathe slowly and calmly in and out? Maybe your tummy is making noises. Maybe everything is very, very quiet. Whatever is going on inside, just take the time to listen very carefully and notice everything that's going on the inside. Paying attention to the sound of your breath, it's almost magical. The whole body is alive and feels so good. You know this breath is very special. It's part of the energy that flows in and out of us, And by working with our whole body, it keeps us feeling so good inside and out. Allow the breath to fill up your whole body now, and enjoy as the energy goes into each and every cell, each and every muscle of your body. Imagine that your happy breath is bringing a big, beautiful smile to every place in your body. Doesn't that feel good? Reflect now on how good you feel this morning versus how you did yesterday morning, and just how breathing in that positive energy has changed your entire outlook on the day. And now, when you're ready, you can open your eyes and give your body a big stretch. So how did that work? It was a quick and easy little breath technique that anybody can do first thing in the morning. I want to give a shout out to Taco Cat OJ, who just followed me. Good morning. And thank you for choosing to start your day off with us this morning. If you are out there in the interwebs and you are willing to put in chat how you felt about that quick meditation and breath work, go ahead. This stream is about you. This stream is about how I can help you start your day off on a positive note. I know a lot of people really love the triple shield that we do in the morning, so I will be doing that later on, just before we end the stream. Taco Cat, you found the breathwork was great. That's awesome. Thank you for that feedback. And that makes me happy. It's this feedback, something as simple as "it was great," lets me know that what I do is helping you. And if we can start your day off on a positive, that's all that matters. So one thing that I do want to do today, because it was something that I did get also some feedback on that was really awesome, was before we create our shield, we are also going to release denial. And this, while it can feel very uncomfortable, understanding that this is utilizing acupuncture spots, and understanding that, you will get out of this what you put into it. Releasing denial will allow you to process things over the next, 45 minutes or so that maybe you didn't want to process, or maybe that you didn't even realize. So, just to recap what we're about to do, we are going to clear denial, and then we are going to create our triple layer shield. Okay? Perfect. So, let me because I am one of those crazy people that write everything down because it's easier for me to go through things. Get yourself comfortable. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a half lotus. It doesn't necessarily have to be laying down in Swasana, or however you pronounce that in the yoga terms. I am not a yoga practitioner. I am very new to all of that. But first we are going to release denial. So first, I would like you to find your collarbone. And there's a little soft spot just underneath your collarbone. And you're going to rotate your fingers clockwise, or whichever way you want, doesn't really matter. And you're going to take 3 calming breaths, picturing the positive energies that are surrounding you. Positive energy is going to come in, fill your lungs, absorb all the negative energy from the night before, and then you're going to exhale all that negativity while you are triggering these acupuncture spots, mentally saying to yourself, I know what my truth is. 3 calming breaths. If I blow in the microphone, I apologize. I am trying not to. Layer number 2, you're going to take your right hand, the first 2 fingers, and you're going to put them on your belly button. Your left hand, you're going to put behind your ear, just on the base of your ear. You'll feel where your sunglasses would sit, or if you're like me, you got your regular glasses. Right underneath where your glasses would sit, it's called the mastoid bone. And you're going to put your 2 fingers there. And this is second layer. I am willing to speak my truth. And 3 calming breaths. With the positivity coming in. Exhaling the negativity. Keeping your eyes open. And mentally saying, I am willing to speak my truth. Layer number 3 is the opposite. So you take your left hand, put that on your belly button, your right hand on your mastoid bone. I am willing to feel my truth. Three positive breaths, eyes open. Layer number 4 is I'm willing to feel my truth. And you're going to take your thumb, you're going to put it on your third eye, or right in the middle of your forehead, and the rest of your hand is going to cover the top of your head. I just hit the microphone with my shoulder and I apologize if that pops your ears. You're going to have to move your head a little bit. Thumb on the third eye, hand across the crown of your head. I am willing to feel my truth. 3 positive breaths, keeping your eyes open. And then switch. Left hand on your belly button. Right hand on your belly button, left hand. Third eye. Third eye, top of the head. I am willing to accept my truth. I have not memorized the script yet, because if I memorize it, then I'm going to kick something else out of my brain. It's easier to just read it. Eyes open. Keeping your right hand on your belly button, the 2 fingers on your left hand are going to go to the top of the crown. So you kind of look like one of those old school ballet dancers. This is layer number 7. I'm willing to let go of this old story and allow a new truth to flow through. positive breaths. And then switch so that your right hand is on top of your head. I am willing to accept this new truth. Eyes open. 3 positive breaths. And now we're going to put our right hand over top of our chest. This is our heart chakra. And this is where we're going to say mentally, I can feel my life's purpose. 3 positive breaths, keeping our eyes open. Next, we're going to move up to our thyroid, if you will. Just cupping the bottom of your chin or the bottom of your throat. You don't have to strangle yourself. I am willing to speak my life's purpose. Eyes open, 3 positive breaths. And finally, 2 fingers of your right hand on your third eye. I am willing to see my life's purpose. Three positive breaths. Eyes open. Amazing. And so I know when I would do that with other people in the room, sometimes I would feel kind of hokey. But honestly, it allowed me to dispel all of the negative energies that I was thinking. And because your eyes are open, you are mentally saying something, you are mentally repeating it, but you are forcing yourself to look at the reality. If you were to close your eyes and say those things, yes, it would have an impact because you are triggering, some acupuncture locations. But it wouldn't have the same impact mentally. So now that we have cleared denial, now that our minds are open and willing to accept, we are going to build our shield, and then we are going to do some Yoga Nidra, as I have been requested to do Yoga Nidra this morning. So, I think this morning we are actually going to do our veil. We are going to create our veil because it's fun. I always like doing a veil opposed to building a shield. And then we are going to do some Yoga Nidra. We will go through our Sankalpa, and then we will see where we're at for the day, how we feel. And if you guys have any questions or if there's anything else that you would like to work on, let me know. Pop it into the chat. So, I'm going to flip over to the super cool meditation screen. I love this screen so much. I dig it. So, I invite you now to close your eyes, get comfortable, take a last quick swig of your coffee, or your tea, or your milk, or your juice, just so that you can sit comfortably without having to move. The veil that we are going to establish is what will protect you mentally and physically from the shadows of this world. This is your shield. Imagine a translucent barrier between you and the world around you. It can be anything you want it to be. Green flame, blue water, purple fog, red fire. Feel the warmth of it on your face. Feel the protection of it like a blanket around you. I ask you now, is it okay with your unconscious mind for you to discover your veil today and for your conscious mind to be aware of it? Do you feel relaxed? Is there any part of you that wishes to resist this simple process? Imagine you are floating gently and safely upwards above yourself, floating way up high into the quantum space above you. Notice the higher you float, the better you feel. Imagine floating higher and higher, way up high into the sky. Imagine floating up into space, into the cosmos, into the quantum. Just imagine and make it up as you go. Imagine it so that you are sitting far away and very small below you. You can imagine this visually and picture that you are seeing yourself. You can do this with sound and hear what the cosmos sound like. You can feel this process and how safe you feel with your veil. Know that however you experience this process is just fine and perfect for you. Now, staying way up high, simply look down into the room. See yourself surrounded by your veil. See yourself protected and safe. Now gently float back down into the room, into your body, and when you're ready, open your eyes. This veil will be able to protect you from the negative energies for today. This veil will give you control over the information and emotions that you experience today. And so now, what I would like you to do is just think about your Sankalpa. If this is your first time joining us, your Sankalpa is a simple resolve, a goal that you want to achieve. And it has to be realistic. If you sit there and you say, I want $1 million, will it happen? Maybe. But if you use a Sankalpa that is a resolve that you genuinely want to achieve, it will come to fruition. When I was first introduced to Yoga Nidra, I was 225 pounds. I created my first Sankalpa saying, I am happy and I am healthy. That was 6 weeks ago. I am now 205 pounds. I haven't changed anything. I still eat the same. I still have the same attitude that when cheese is used as an adhesive, it doesn't have any calories. When a cookie is used as a spoon, it doesn't have any calories. When 7 Tostitos are glued together with said chip, that counts as one chip. But my mental ability to become happy and healthy changed, and it was amazing. So I invite you, if you can't think of a resolve right now because it is stupid early in the morning and maybe you haven't completed your cup of coffee yet, I invite you to just use I am happy and I am healthy. That is the best beginning Sankalpa that I ever express to new people. I shouldn't say new people, new practitioners of Yoga Nidra, or anyone who is new to the practice of Yoga Nidra. Using I am happy and I am healthy, while it is maybe not the most genuine statement, we have cleared denial, we have created our shield, we are able to accept I am happy and I am healthy as a positive statement that will most definitely get you through the day. And I challenge you to let me know if it didn't work. So, once again, take a few moments to just get comfortable. Release any tight clothing or any wristwatches or necklaces or jewelry that might become uncomfortable while we relax during Yoga Nidra. If you're ending your day with this, rearrange your pillow, adjust your blanket so that you don't have to move. If you are able to, lay on your back on the floor. If you're not able to because of physical reasons, I know I'm getting older and so the floor seems to be lower down each time I get down there. Just develop an awareness of wherever you are sitting and the contacts between your physical self and wherever you are sitting. As you let yourself settle, release any tightness in your joints and muscles. Unclench your jaw, roll your shoulders, and allow yourself to surrender your body to the floor. Allow the music to guide your unconscious where it wants to go. Take a deep, positive breath, breathing in all the positive energies around you, letting it absorb all the negative energies that might still be residing inside, and exhale. As we rotate our awareness through the body parts, I invite you to visualize mentally, feel mentally the body part, and feel physically the positive energy surrounding it. Right hand thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, all 5 fingers combined, top of the hand, palm of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, side, hip, thigh, knee, ankle, heel, top of the foot, sole of the foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, all 5 toes together, the whole right side, the whole right side, the whole right side. Don't sleep. Imagine your entire right side covered in positive light and positive energy, and feel the energy flowing from your fingertips, up your arm, your shoulder, your armpit, down your side, through your leg, and through your toes. Don't sleep. Left hand thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, all 5 fingers together, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, side, hip, thigh, knee, shin, ankle, heel, top of the foot, bottom of the foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, all 5 toes together, the whole left side, the whole left side, the whole left side. Don't sleep. Visualize your entire left side covered in the positive energy and the positive light. Develop an awareness for your back, the contact points between your back and the floor, starting with the back of the head, neck, shoulders, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, center of the back, lower back, right buttock, left buttock, right thigh, left thigh, right calf muscle, left calf muscle, the whole back, the whole back, the whole back. Imagine yourself floating in a pond full of positive light, positive energy emanating from the back of you. And finally, bring your awareness to your front, starting with your forehead. The forehead, your right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, right eye, left eye, bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, Right nostril, left nostril, upper lip, bottom lip, chin, throat, chest, abdomen, waist, the whole front, the whole front, the whole front. Mentally repeat now your Sankalpa in this place of relaxation. Repeat it now 3 times with conviction and resolution. And then mentally say to yourself, I control how energy and information flows. Imagine that positive energy and positive light coming down from the top of your head into your heart and into the rest of your body. Have it come out from your chest, wrapping around you and going back into you through your spine. Have the positive light spill from your head like a waterfall, wrap around you, and move down to the bottom of your feet. And finally, have all of the positive energy and all of the joy and unconditional love that you are surround your body, creating a bubble. The bubble extends beyond your outreached hands and below your feet and above your head. In this place of protection, through the veil, repeat your Sankalpa once again 3 times with conviction and resolve. And then I invite you to complete this practice, saying out loud, I control how energy and information flows. And when you're ready, open your eyes. So how did that go? How was the yoga nidra and breath work and some triple shielding action? Do you feel ready to fight the day? Do you feel ready to meet your adversaries? Do you feel resolute and complete? Do you feel positive? I hope you do. And again, I want to thank you for joining me this morning, and thank you for holding space for myself as well as everyone else who has decided to start their day on a positive note. If this has helped you in any way, whether it be to wake you up, to help you relax before you go to bed, or just in general to start your day off on a different note, thank you. Thank you for choosing to spend this last hour with me, and thank you for wanting to make an active, positive change in your life. If you want to connect with me for any other positive changes in your life, please feel free to email me at info@livewithadvantage.com. You can text me or call me. If you're in Canada, you can call me at 519-378-5992. If you are outside of Canada, in the States or international, I ask you to use WhatsApp so that you are not dinged $1,000 per nanosecond for international phone calls. And as always, I'm going to leave the super chill music running for a few minutes so you can just take the next few minutes to reflect. You can take the next few minutes to do your own breath work or just chill out to the sweet, sweet calming sounds of this music. And always remember, in Dungeons and Dragons, when a player uses the help action, the other player gets to roll with advantage. So let me use the help action to let you live with advantage. Have a great day.